Hello Flobians, it's Flobby, and today in this video, I have a thought in mind to share it with you. And it is, what are Roblox Guests? The Guest was a feature created to let newcomers test Roblox before making an official account. Guests were first introduced on September 26, 2008. Guests first appeared as the classic noob avatar in 2008 after its introduction. On June 3, 2009, Guests would be given the same appearance as the Roblox account, including hats, allowing guests to technically try accessories and, for the first weeks this appearance was present, have the Roblox account's gears. After that, on March 18, 2011, gender options were added, allowing guests to appear as Billy Bloxer or Betty Bloxer. One of the Choose Your Character pop-ups included avatars that weren't the actual guest avatars. From 2008 to 2014, guests were able to speak by only using Super Safe Chat. They weren't able to see players' chats that weren't sent with Super Safe Chat when a player hovered the mouse over a guest image when viewing game servers. The name used to appear as a friendly guest. This was changed to a Roblox player before the guest feature was removed. Some games allowed guests to chat using their own chat GUI instead of Roblox's official chat. On July 12, 2016, the appearances of the guests were modified. For the first time since 2011, the male guest Billy Bloxer wore a Roblox jacket, black jeans with gray sneakers, and the true blue hair. The female guest Betty Bloxer is similar to the male guest, except it wore the lavender updo hair. The other guest type default guest looks similar to both the other guest types except it was bald. On September 13, 2016, guests began to wear the Robloxian 2.0 package, and the default guest started wearing the Roblox or baseball cap. 16 days later, the R15 body was applied to guests. If the game were set to R6 only, then R6 would have been applied. After Roblox introduced a new logo, the guest shirt changed to the new Roblox logo jacket. On January 16, 2017, 6 days after the logo began usage, on July 1, 2017, and onwards, guests would sometimes appear with gray skin and a random torso color due to the default clothing update in Roblox. From June 2017 to October 2017, players using the guest feature were only given 5 to 20 trial plays before they had to create an account on Roblox to continue playing. Prior to that date, they had been given unlimited trial plays. This was to encourage them to try out the game and eventually create an account to play on Roblox. A notification would appear for anyone playing as a guest to remind them of the number of trial plays remaining. Despite this, users could still play as a guest after 20 trials using extensions. Roblox stores a cookie on the user's computer that keeps their ID. Cookie editors were able to change a guest's ID number by changing the user ID in guest data. The guest data cookie is a browser cookie that assigns a player's in-game name if they are a guest. It will always be negative. The last 4 digits are the common numbers guests have at the end of them, like guest 4182. These numbers are randomly generated every time the guest navigates the site, so it is possible to start off with 4182. Click Discover and then have 3486. These numbers used to be saved instead of being randomly generated on every navigation before the guest removal of 2018. Adding an infinity sign into the guested would result in always joining the game as guest 8. The reason for this is unknown. When guests played games that saved data like in-game money, they were not able to lose their data after exiting a game if they had gotten the same ID number again. However, this was very unlikely after a Roblox update that randomized the number for each play. Back then, guests had a negative user ID, for example -9999. Likely to prevent overflow, attempting to go to a negative ID leads to a 404 page. If playing on mobile, users will be loaded as a genderless guest default guest. All guests that joined a game on Roblox mobile guests wore a Roblox jacket, jeans with gray sneakers, the 2.0 body, and the Roblox or baseball cap. Due to not being able to choose if they wanted to be a male or female guest in the mobile versions, a few games had built-in chats that allowed guests to type normally. This was a specific feature that a developer of their game would add to allow guests to communicate. They no longer function due to the removal of guests and various Roblox updates. Guests were criticized mostly for being new and clueless players, and for having fewer features than a normal player has. They were also criticized for being commonly used to exploit in games, plus being able to evade bans easily. There had been various petitions on Roblox to remove guests, but Shedletsky stated that guests were not going to be removed at the time. On October 2, 2017, support for guests on PC was officially dropped. Nightgaladold stated that the reason was to increase the number of users in Roblox. Unregistered users can still access the website, but cannot join experiences, change an avatar, purchase Robux, leave comments, or create things. Most players supported this decision, however. Some players opposed the decision and were vocal in protecting the guest feature on places such as the forums. The cookie named guest data can still be found in Roblox's cookies, but has no functionality. Users could still play as a guest on mobile and PC via a glitch. This was patched on November 24, 2018. After November 24, 2018, users who attempted to abuse the glitch were met with the error 524, not authorized to join this game. Later they got error 610, cannot join game with no authenticated user. So that is my explanation of Roblox Guests. If this video informed you well, you can show support to us by joining the FLB community group and FLB Discord server. Smiley face. See you later, Flabians.